So before moving on to the next topic, I just thought of showing you one more interesting property of it, one last property, and then we will move ahead. Before that, do you have anything to say? Did you find anything, observe any patterns with regard to Fibonacci sequence?
Sure, there was an open question from last week.
So the last week we answered this question, right? So F9 can be written as F7 plus F8. Then F10, can we express F10 also in terms of F7 and F8? Yes, we can. I can write this as F8 plus F9. And F9 I can convert it as so F10 to write it as sum of F7 and F8, I have F8 plus F9. And F9 I can write it as F8 plus F7. And this would be F7 plus 2 times F8. This is F10. And similarly F11 and everything. So continuing like this, if you want to express F100, how would you do it? And what is the pattern?
F100 is actually F92 into F7 plus F93 into F8. F92 into F7 plus F93 into F8.
Okay. So what is the pattern here? So in general, if I have to write Fn, how would I be able to write it?
That is f of n minus 8 into F7.
Of n minus 8 into F7.
Plus f of n minus 7 into F8.
Minus 7 into F8. Yes. Right. So we can express any. Yeah. So we can. How can we come up with this generalization? Sorry.
Because we can observe that the coefficient of F7 and F8, they are the actually you get by, they are the Fibonacci numbers themselves. You get by adding the previous two.
Correct. So F9 is nothing but F7 plus F8, and F10 we saw it as F7 plus 2F8. So F11 would be 2F7. F11 is F10 plus F9. That is 2F7 plus 3F8. And F12 is again F10 plus F11. 3F7 plus 5F8. So basically, this is the fourth Fibonacci number, and this is the fifth Fibonacci number. That is F12. And we can write, so F11 actually happens to be the third Fibonacci number, F3 into F7 plus F4 into F8. And F12 happens to be F4 into F7 plus F5 into F8. So F13 again is sum of these two. So F3 plus F4, we know that it becomes F5. And F4 plus F5 becomes F6. Right. So like this, we can get a different structure. Right. So this way of looking at Fibonacci numbers will be useful, especially for the property that we are going to see now. So in the last session, we saw where the even numbers are, right? And as Shankar said, even numbers are there in the positions which are multiples of 3. So it is 3. We have 2, 8, 34. That is position 3. Position. So even number of positions are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. So all the even numbers occur in multiples of 3. The positions are multiples of 3. Some nice pattern coming up here, right? Right. So even numbers are nothing but multiples of 2, right? Multiples of 2. So if you consider multiples of 3, if you consider multiples of 3, is there any pattern in their position?
Yeah, they're occurring at multiples of 4 positions.
Multiples of 4. Yeah.
So multiples of 3 occur in the positions of multiples of 4.
So for multiple of 5 also, if you see, it is F5, then followed by F10.
Correct.
But
So
the
yeah,
interesting part is that if you go for a multiple of 6, I couldn't able to find any, at least up to F15.
oh wow. So again, nice. So we were okay. So as far as we see, multiples of 3 are coming like this. Again, as Shankar told, these are just we do not have enough data, right? So even this 12 and 15 we have not written down. This we have not written down, and multiples of 5 seems to be in the positions 5, and there is a multiple of 5. The next multiple is here, 10, and then maybe 15.
Yeah, 15 is 610.
Okay, so 15 is also verified. Okay, so till here it is verified. And then
20 is also verified.
Sorry?
20 is also verified. 6765.
Wonderful.
25 also.
Wow. Okay, nice. We have Ramanujan here. Then multiple of 6. Interestingly, Shankar was trying to find and he couldn't find it out.
So multiples of 4,
Huh?
they occur at multiples of 6. Multiples
Okay.
of 4.
Yeah. We left multiples of 4 here.
They occur at multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18.
Okay, interesting. Then multiple of 6, the first multiple is 12. Right? F12. But actually, if the observation about multiples of 2 to 4 is indeed true, then from this we can directly find out what are the multiples of 6. Right?
Yeah.
How?
If a number is multiple of 6, it is multiple of 2 and 3.
Exactly. Exactly. And the
co-primes condition.
Correct. So now
then 3 and multiple 15, 3 and 5 is also multiple of 15.
Correct, sir. Correct. So now that the multiples of 2 and multiples of 3, multiple of 2 occurs in 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. Multiples of 3 occur in 4, 8, 12, 16, so on. So from this, what can you tell about multiple of 16? Sorry, multiple of 6. Where do they occur?
Okay. Yeah. F24 is actually a multiple of 6. I checked it out. 46,368. It's perfectly divisible by 6.
And 9 and 12? 9 into 12 again. The product works out or not?
Product works out. Okay.
6 4s are 12. 8 6 are 48. 12 9s are 108.
So 6 8s are 48, but 24 is also.
Yeah, it is again the least common multiple.
So now we will just take this question now. We have multiples of 3, 6, 9. We have multiples of 3 here. And we have multiples of 4 here. As Gauri ma'am told, numbers which occur, the numbers which occur in both these columns will be multiple of 6.
6, yeah.
Right? So what all numbers will occur in both these columns? So 12 occurs in both these columns. So this is multiples of 2.
All common multiples of 3 and 4.
All common exactly. So basically all the common multiples of 3 and 4 will have this will be multiple of 6. I mean in the Fibonacci sequence. So here there are 2 things we have to indicate. Yeah. So all the positions which are positions which are common multiples of 3 and 4 will come in this category. So can we characterize these numbers?
Yeah. 12, 24, 36, 48.
12?
Yeah, 12, 24, 36, 48, all.
Okay, so basically all the multiples of 12.
12. Yeah.
So all the multiples of 12 will be the common multiples of, will be all the common multiples of 3 and 4. Is it?
Yes.
Right. So just take this common multiples of 3 and 4. This has just one set with all these common multiples. Let us just put it in this box. And then it is clear that all the multiples of 12 will lie in this. All the multiples of 12 will lie in this set. It is clear, right? Because 12 is a common multiple of 3 and 4. Since 12 is a common multiple of 3 and 4, any 12 into something will also be a common multiple of 3 and 4. So basically, all these numbers 12, 24, 36, and so on, all these numbers will be inside this set of common multiples of 3 and 4. Now the question is, are these, can I have some other number outside which is also common multiple of 3 and 4?
It would be the same set, right? Both the sets would be same. They can't be anything.
How can we say that? How can we say that there exists no other element outside here, which is not? Can you?
It's not possible because the 3 and 4 are co-primes.
3 and 4 are co-primes. So what if they are co-primes?
So the only numbers which are common multiples of 3 and 4 will have 3 and 4 figuring in it, and so if you look at the prime factorization of that, right? So it has to have a 2 squared and a 3 in it, and that will automatically give us 12.
Correct. So if we look at the prime factorization, so if a number is a common multiple of 3 and 4, and so prime factorization is, suppose if we take a number 15, I can write it as
highest common factor is 1.
Huh?
Highest common factor is 1.
Highest common factor.
3 and 4.
Yes. That's what it is.
And if you take any composite number, it should have a 2 and a 3 composed in it. If you have a 2 and 3 3 and 4 composed in it, it is automatically divisible by 12, and it falls under the circle. I mean the inner circle. 12, 24, 36.
So basically, right, these two sets are same.
Same.
These two sets are actually the same. Right. So if it is actually true that the multiples of 2 and multiples of 3 lie along these positions, then it is clear from this we can deduce that the multiples of 6 lies in the multiples of 12. And the positions are multiples of 12. Interesting. So from all this data, can you make any generalization? Can you make any general statement? What is happening here? What is going on here? It looks a bit random, or is it random, or is there any structure to it? So multiples of 2 lie in the positions are multiples of 3. Multiples of 3 lie in positions are multiples of 4. Multiples of 5 lies in positions are multiples of 5. Multiples of 4 in multiples of 6. Multiples of 6 in multiples of 12. So what is the connection? So what is happening here? So this property is one of the most striking properties of Fibonacci sequence.
So multiples of Fn are occurring at multiples of n.
Multiples of Fn are occurring at multiples of n.
Yeah. So F3 is 2. So multiples of 2 occur at multiples of 3. F4 is 3. So multiples of 3 occur at multiples of 4.
Excellent. Excellent. So if you see, we are looking at multiples of 2 here, and 2 is occurring at the third position. Okay. And then all the multiples of 3 has a number which is a multiple of 2. Similarly, 3, we have this 3 here. 3 is occurring in this position F4, the fourth position. So all the multiples of 4 will have a number which is a multiple of 3. It appears. Then 5. 5 is occurring position, and then we are having multiples of them. If you want multiples of Fn, then look at multiples of n is what the pattern is saying. Right. So any comments on this? Any comments, counter examples? So what question does this raise? So what all questions does this observation raise? Another interesting thing that is beyond this statement which Gauri ma'am made. For example, multiples of 4. So no Fibonacci number is a 4. Okay. Then for the multiples of 4, we are seeing 6, 12, 18, and so on. So what is happening here? Can you tell anything about that also? And one more general question is: if I take any number k, will I have a multiple of k in Fibonacci sequence?
Also, prime numbers can occur only at prime number position.
So if this observation is correct, then all the prime numbers can occur only at prime positions. So will a number in a prime position be always a prime? So will the Fibonacci number in a prime position be always prime? So Gauri ma'am, from this, she told that prime numbers will have to occur in prime positions. So prime numbers occur in prime positions. Now I am asking a converse question. Given any number m, take for any m, is there a multiple of m in the Fibonacci sequence?
I found a counter example for it.
Yes, 41, 81, 19th position.
Yes, yeah.
It's not a prime number.
Correct.
Wow. So what is it?
F19.
F90, 90.
19.
Okay. So what is it?
4181.
4181. So I can see that it's not a multiple of 3. 7.
The multiple of 37.
Wow. Wow, this is 37 into something. Okay. So here we have a counter example. Right. So again, all these things are observations. We have not proved any of them. But we have already discussed the tools that can be used to prove this.
For multiples of Fn occur at multiples of n using the, like we did with F7 and F8.
Yes.
Using that with n and n plus 1, it is possible to prove this.
Oh, have you proved it? Fine.
Yeah.
But, okay.
I proved it for 2n, and then I could see that it would work similarly for.
Right. So then there is a next question. So before going to this next question, I would like to show you a game that a very great mathematician, I think, I'm not sure whether it is Lagrange or Legendre who did this, I'm not sure. I think it is Lagrange. Have you heard of this name?
I'm sure I've read something about him in engineering.
Definitely, definitely. Engineering, mathematics, engineering, physics, definitely you cannot miss Lagrange. Others, Sunil, Shankar, Jagdish sir.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
No, sir, I have not.
Oh, fine, sir.
Yes.
So there were three great L's, three great L's among the French mathematicians. So one is Lagrange, another is Legendre, another is Laplace. So all three have made really deep contributions to mathematics, and all three were French mathematicians. So Lagrange, so what he did was, okay, I think Gauri ma'am, you can explain this. So as you keep explaining, I will keep writing it. So this one, Gauri ma'am actually tried it out in one of the previous sessions.
So I took mod 5 for each term. So it will come as 1, 1, 2, 3, 0, 3, 3, 1, 4, 0, 4, 4.
Right. So we have got 4. Can anyone tell what would be the next term? Let me start writing from here. So the next Fibonacci number is something, and remainder 5 is something. Okay. So the last is 4. Can we tell what is the next Fibonacci? What is the next remainder without actually calculating the corresponding Fibonacci number? Is it possible?
4. 4.
Why is that?
Sum of 2 previous remainder.
Correct. So now Fibonacci number satisfies this property that a given number is sum of previous 2. Will the same thing hold for the remainders also? Is a question. Meanwhile, a question to Gauri ma'am. So you would have done this for a few numbers, right? So what all numbers did you take? What all devices did you take?
I took 3 and 7. So with 3, it was working differently. And with 7 also, it was different.
Okay. But you observed the periodic property, right?
Yeah.
So it begins right from the beginning.
Yeah.
So will this property hold true for any divisor? That it begins right from the beginning. The entire thing it starts repeating. Does it belong to? So does this happen with every divisor? So we can split this into two questions. Will this happen for every divisor, which is a Fibonacci number, or will it happen for every divisor? Yeah, so the question that where we stopped is, can we find the remainder also as? Can we find the next remainder by adding the previous two terms? That is one question. And if it is true, and if we keep getting these reminders, what can we observe? What do we have? What happens? That is also another question. So also, after thinking about these questions, change the divisor to 3 and some other numbers of your choice and see what is happening to the remainders. And what kind of statements can you make about this remainder sequences?
So is it because F1 plus F2 mod 5 is same as F3 mod 5?
Yes, why is that?
Because we know F1 plus F2 is F3.
Correct.
So if you apply the mod operation on both sides.
Okay.
So it turns out that F1 plus F2 mod 5 is same as F3 mod 5. So
yeah, just a minute. I'll just write on what I was saying. So F1 plus F2 is equal to F3. So taking mod on both sides is equal to F3 mod 5. Okay.
So F1 plus F2 mod 5 is same as F1 mod 5 plus F2 mod 5.
Oh, is it? I can again ask.
Take a simple example, no? 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. So 1 mod 5 is 1 and 4 mod 5 is 4. Okay. And 1 plus 4 is 5. So 5 mod 5 is 0.
Fine. This is an example. Fine. So if you are convinced about it, that is fine. So F1 plus F2, the whole mod 5 is same as F1 mod 5 plus F2 mod 5.
Not convinced. We need to look out for some more examples. Then we can decide.
As a hint, I have drawn this diagram. So if you want, you can just look at it. If you want a hint, you can look at it.
2 plus 3 equal to 5 in the Fibonacci series. Let's take this one. So 2 mod 5 is 2 and 3 mod 5 is 3. So the LHS becomes 2 plus 3 equal to 5. Whereas the RHS 5 mod 5 is 0. So 5 to 5 is not equal to 0, right? So I don't think that Fn plus 1 is equal to Fn plus 1 mod 5 is equal to Fn plus 2 mod 5. I don't think that will work.
Okay, so maybe this last statement now. Okay, what you said is 5 is not equal to 0, but if you take another mod here, then that will be same, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So basically, yeah, the question that we are seeing is we are adding two numbers, m and n, and I get some other number p. Now, if m is the remainder of capital M and n is the remainder of small n, will m plus n be the same as m plus n with the mod? With the mod be same as the remainder of p?
Yeah. P mod.
This is the
P.
question.
So actually, the result looks obvious, but to prove it formally, it takes steps actually.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it will.
See if okay, let's say F1. F1 is let's take 5 as the divisor. So 5 F1 you can written as 5 Qn plus R1. 5 into Q1. Q1 is some quotient.
Okay.
Plus
nice.
R1. And so F2 is 5 Q2 plus R2.
Yes.
So from this, we can write R1 or yeah, you can add these two. Yes, F1 plus F2. You can directly add. F1 plus F2 is 5 times Q1 plus Q2 plus R1 plus R2. Now F1 plus F2 is F3. Yeah. So if you take mod on both sides, so that will give you F3 mod 5. F3 mod 5 and I mean R1 plus R2 mod 5. So this is the proof.
Right. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. So if you look at the remainder, okay, so now let us come back to the remainder sequence. It's 5. I have written it down till here. So to get to see the remainder sequence, we don't have to actually calculate the numbers. So we have this 1, 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 dot. And then something is happening. Can you observe what is happening? Is the sequence fully visible?
Pardon, Chief, can you repeat?
So in this remainder sequence, do you see something happening? This sequence.
One number is getting repeated. For example, 1, 1, 2, 3. So 1 is getting repeated twice.
Where?
And 1,
No,
1, 2, 3.
I think it is a alternate. It looks like an alternate series, which looks like Fibonacci. Because here 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 2 plus 1 3, but 3 plus 2 is not equal to 5. Okay.
But yeah, but in the realm of mod 5, this is indeed a Fibonacci sequence. If you have this addition mod 5. Right, yeah. So in that, it is a mini Fibonacci sequence from 0 to 5, 0 to 4, sorry. And so one thing is, I have put this, I have marked this 112 in the beginning and 112 here in the end. Do you see that?
Okay. Yeah.
So what do you think will happen after that?
Oh, it will repeat. Eh?
It will repeat.
Okay.
Right? So the length of this, if you count the length, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the period of this is said to be 20. It is repeating after 20. So for 5, this is what is happening. For other devices, what will happen? What kind of behavior can you expect?
Is it not surprising that it's repeating at all? Is it expected? I thought it was very surprising.
Yes, it is. It is. So one question is, will this repetition happen? Will this repetition always happen? It is indeed very surprising. Okay, so here, let me make a statement. Okay. There are upfront digits from 0 to 4, which you have to use. So it has to repeat. Okay, so just listen to what I said. The remainders are from 0 to 4. So it will have to repeat. So can you find any loopholes in what I told?
The remainders have to repeat, but the cycle does not have to repeat.
Sorry, what is it?
The pattern, the cycle does not have to repeat. So it can go on randomly without repeating.
Right. So we can use this 5 digits and we can keep writing it without any pattern, right? Without any repetition, right? So can examples? Can you give some examples for that?
Can I give some examples? So if we just take 1, 0,
okay,
I can go on writing 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. No, if I give 1, it will repeat. Okay, 0. No, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1 is repeated. Okay, but it should not be a repeating cycle, right? Okay, 0, 0, 0.
What? 1?
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
But here the 0 is repeating now.
Well, it should not be a repeating cycle, right? So unless it comes again as 1 and that many number of zeros, it's not a cycle.
Fine. Yeah. So this is the whole thing repeating that is there. But even there's no partial repetition also. So no part of the sequence must repeat.
Okay.
Got it, right? So can you describe? Okay, so now it is nice that you just chose 0 and 1. You just choose 0 and 1. Can you give an example of, can you make a sequence out of this 0 and 1? Can you describe a sequence? Describe. an infinite sequence 0 and 1, where there is no repetition at all. So when I say repetition, the sequence, this is the sequence, then no block should repeat like this whatsoever. Have you encountered any such sequences before?
I mean, any irrational number.
Yes. So the decimal expansion of any irrational number is of this form, right?
Yes.
Right.
So then we can use that the irrational number, the decimal representation of the irrational number to get this.
Yeah.
That is one way. But how will you get the decimal expansion of irrational? So what irrational number can you take for which you can find that? Yeah, first of all, is there an irrational number which we are in a position with our current tools, we are in a position to write as many digits as we want to? Is there an irrational number for which we can do this? Without referring anything, of course.
Root 2?
Yes, the great root 2. Root 2, and we know the square root algorithm, the long division algorithm. So using that, we can find its expansion. And from that, with a bit of effort, we can get the binary expansion also and get it. Right? Actually, can we use that long division square root method to find the binary square root itself directly?
Sorry, say that again.
Can we use the long division square root method to find the square root of this number? So 2 is 10 in binary. So can I use that long division method to find the square root of this and give a binary answer directly? Yeah, this is again something for you to think of. So is the question clear to everyone?
Yeah.
What I asked here? Right, fine. So we will. Yeah, so first of all, repetition. So for will repetition always happen for every devices? If no, for what devices can we expect this repetitions? And what can we tell about the zeros, the positions of zeros in these repetitions? And just before the repetition happens, so here it is starting here. What can you say about the previous 2 digits, and so on? So these are some of the questions. And right now we'll just focus on this. So describe an infinite sequence where no block repeats itself forever. There are far easier sequences. Yeah, so can I even just give a try now, right now? So usually it is felt that to observe a law from chaos is very difficult. But here we are trying to create chaos and it looks difficult now. Huh? Okay, fine. So we will conclude the session here. So the last thing, if you have any description, you can put it in the group. We'll discuss.